philanthropic initiative by Capstone QLeap IAS Academy by Santosh Babu sir. Now I am welcoming you all for the strategy of OPSC Mains 2023 by our Pritesh sir. Sir, over to you.
Thank you for this opportunity. Basically, what is your first question with respect to strategy?
Sir, my first question is that as the pattern is changing and you must have been acquainted for the past prelim examination. So, how to deal with now OPSC and UPSC? Because now both are the same, because as the syllabus has also changed.
Okay. So basically, what has happened is that, though the syllabus has changed, but the syllabus is going to change next year. It's not going to change this year. Right now, the October 16th, the prelims that was held, the results are out, and those candidates have been selected for the mains. They will have to approach the previous type of pattern of the OPSC, but with a slight modification. Because in the last pattern itself, we had seen that the OPSC had actually eliminated the choices. All questions were made compulsory. Now that is the strategy that we have to basically focus on. Now, with respect to GS, first of all, we need to complete the syllabus. We need to be thorough with the syllabus. And apart from the syllabus, we need to be thorough with the current affairs right now. Apart from that, answer writing remains one of the major challenges. Because whether you will get into the job or not, it will be decided by your mains mark. Interview, though it matters, but mains mark is the driving force. Because interview goes only 250. Majority of the mark is within the mains answer. So you have to focus right now upon the mains answer writing, and as well as on completing the syllabus for the GS. One more thing is that with respect to optional, this time we'll also be seeing a better change in the optional. Because last time even optional there was an option within the optional that you can answer this question, you cannot answer that. Means there was selection that was given to you. But right now we need to be very careful. OPSC might surprise you when it is going to make the questions, if it makes the questions compulsory. That would be challenging. Or it would have a better change in this optional paper. As we can means it's dependent upon the UPSC pattern. So like UPSC pattern, it would be introducing new types of question. It could even make the paper lengthy by adding 20 markers question within the 60 markers question itself. 3 more 20 markers question. That could make the paper a bit lengthy. Though the paper would be easy, but time would be the factor over here. Because the OPSC is giving a clear-cut message that they are consistently shifting to the OPSC.
So my next question is that can we have a strategy but for both the newcomers as well as veterans?
See, again I'll repeat myself, complete the syllabus, this is number one, for both the optional as well as the GS. For optional, see, today is December of 10th. Those preparing even for the newcomers as well as for the veteran, complete your optional by December 31st. Because the exams are going to be held at February, we know that it's a tentative date, but we should assume that the first week of February, and within that period we need to finish our syllabus. We cannot have the comfort zone that it will be on any date of the February, and that we might be a bit slow with respect to that. If we are going to the comfort zone, that will be a very much problematic. That becomes a very much problematic for the newcomers. They think that they have the time. They will extend the optional up till the January. And what will happen is that they will lose their focus both on their proper optional as well as on the GS preparation. How? Answer writing will miss out on that. They will basically focus on whatever is in the syllabus that is covered. But apart from covering from the syllabus, you need to go into the previous year's question. Formulate the best answer with respect to the previous year's question. Another thing that is majority of the aspirants that they do not do is integration. What is integration? See, I'll give you an example. For example, let us say that in the GS paper there is a question that is asked on the social reforms movement of the 18th century. In that, most of what we do is that we start with the Raja Rammohn Roy, we give this Atmaya Sabha Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, we give each and every reformers of India itself. But we lack our focus upon Odisha. There were also reformers in Odisha, Srivastava Panda, they were one of the major reformers. We need to add that into our answers. That is what will make the difference in our answer. The examiner will see that, okay, though he is giving an answer, but his answer is also integrating the component of Odisha history, Odisha social reform movements and all. That is where you get the answer, or you might not get the answer. But this is an important strategy. Another thing is that you're adding a small bit of diagrams. For example, in the GS, for example, if it's asking about the Indian climate and all, just add the diagram of the India map. Just try to draw India map, add certain points. Done. If it's talking about 1857 revolution, draw an India map and show at which area that 1857 revolution took place. Simple strategy. But that is a proper presentation will actually give you the marks. Most of us, what they think is that they have written everything. And the examiner is not asking you to write everything, but it's asking you to give a proper, whatever you're writing, write it properly with a proper presentation. That is the demand. And until and unless we fulfill that, the marks that we think that what we assume that we'll get this much amount of mark, that will never be delivered.
Next, I want to see is that what will be the difficulty level of the exam, sir? As you must have been acquainted that last year we got a surprise in GS paper because the question is changing to a dynamic point of view. Previously, the GS questions were directly up to the mark, but now the questions are shifting towards UPSC pattern. So, considering that, what you will say about the upcoming mains of OPSC 2023? Will there be any surprise?
See, there will be a surprise, as I had already discussed in the previous question itself of yours. But again, the surprise might be in the form that the demand of the OPSC would be more, just in line with the UPSC. It will not just be asking that it would be very much focused upon its question. For example, when the keywords are asking analyze, explain, describe, these are some of the keywords that are being asked. Previous what everyone used to do is that they would just come up and write in para and end of it. But when para writing, what happens is that they miss out the dimension. This time, until and unless the dimension is given, it would be very much difficult for a person to secure marks. Dimension has to be in the 360-degree angle. It has to be at a angle. So, what actually will be the difficulty is that the demand for a good answer would increase from the OPSC, because OPSC ultimately wants that most of the aspirants who are cracking this OPSC to crack the UPSC. I think that would justify your question.
So now, last but not the least question, I just want to ask you, what will be the strategy for the newcomers who have just begun preparation for the upcoming new syllabus?
Okay. For the newcomers, basically, the new syllabus is yet to be introduced, but what they are actually, this OPSC is trying to do is that they are adding paper 3 and paper 4. Means enlarging the scope of your GS. Both optional has been kept fixed, but the GS question is the GS proportion is being increased. So obviously, students they are having a fear in the mind that it would basically what will happen is that it would be a bit more lengthy. But to be very honest, OPSC doesn't have such thing in mind. I think that what they are trying to do is that they're trying to integrate the course with the UPSC, so that the students from Odisha they no more fear the UPSC kind of a pattern of the UPSC questions, and more number of students can actually go and give the UPSC examination without having a fear that they do not know anything. For example, with the GS paper 4, OPSC has come up with the GS paper 4, that is your ethics and integrity part. So that was not in the previous OPSC syllabus, but this year they have added it. So what will happen is that those students from Odisha, once they have this idea, once they have written something about it, they have a knowledge about it. And that is the beauty of this recent pattern change. Hope I cleared your doubts.
Yes, sir. And you have cleared the doubts very beautifully, explained each and every line. in a clear-cut manner. Hope the students must also understand, and they will also get enrolled in the new pattern, and hoping to do best for the Odisha so that maximum Odisha students can also qualify UPSC. Thank you, sir, for your wonderful explanation.